Hey y'all! Today's objective is multi-step inequalities. We've been working with multi-step equations, so we're going to use that knowledge and the previous knowledge of inequalities and put it all together. So just a few things. Objective is multi-step inequalities. It's going to be just like equations, except you have to switch your symbol when you multiply or divide by negative. So that very last thing, if you multiply or divide by negative, you have to switch your inequality symbol. So just a little bit, two quick examples, solve and graph. So we have two inequalities, so I'll start with A. Notice we have variables on both sides. We don't have any fractions, we don't have any decimals to clear, we don't have any distributive property, so really we're going to solve. I like my variables to be first, so I'm going to move my variables to the left. So I see I have a plus negative x. So I'm going to minus, bad. I'm going to minus negative x, and when you subtract a negative x, that is like adding an x, so 3x plus x is 4x, minus 8 is less than 4. So I've moved my variable over. Now I need to move my constants to the right. So it's minus 8, so I'm going to add 8 to both sides. And 4x is less than 12. Now notice I haven't done any multiplying or dividing, so I do not switch my inequality symbol. I wait until the very end. I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And since I'm not dividing by a negative, I don't switch my symbol. So x is less than 3. X is less than 3, and if I want to graph it, I put 3 in the middle. It's going to be an open circle because it's not equal to 3. And the variable is next to the point, so that means smaller. So my values are smaller. That means 2, 1, 0, negative 1. So x is less than 3. Let me show you B. In B, we don't have any fractions or decimals, but we need to distribute. So I'm going to distribute 9 times x is 9x. 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. Is greater than negative 16. Now it just looks like I have a two-step inequality. I'm going to add 18. I only have variables on one side, so I'm going to add 18 to both sides. 9x is greater than 2. Negative 16 plus 18 is 2. I'm going to divide both sides by 9. Notice I'm dividing by a positive. I'm not dividing by a negative, so I do not switch my symbol. And x is greater than 2/9. That is my solution inequality, and I need to graph it. 2/9 will go in the middle. And then if you want to, you could put 1/9 and 3/9, but it's going to be an open circle. And my variable's next to the open mouth, so I'm going to shade bigger to the right. So that was a quick just review of solving inequalities, but with the multi-steps. So now let's go to some word problems. All right, so do I expect you to copy all this down? And my answer is, well, depends. Do you need to copy all this down, or can you just get the important information? If you want to pause and copy it all down so you have it, great. Write an inequality and then solve. Example, write an inequality and then solve. You are organizing a bowling night for charity. Each ticket costs $10 and includes shoe rental. Shoe rental costs you, so this is important, shoe rentals cost you $5 per pair, and door price costs you $50. So there is a cost to you. How many people, so there's our question, how many people? How many people need to attend for you to make at least $200 profit? So there's some important information for you to take in. First, you need to define what your variable is. Okay, so I always use x. So what is x going to represent? Whenever you have a word problem, you need to define your variable. For this problem, x is going to represent your people. The number of people coming to your bowling event. That's what your variable represents. Now, let's go to the end, the answer. What is the answer to our problem? $200 profit. That's what we're looking for. $200 profit. At least, what inequality symbol would be at least? So think about it. At least $200 means you want to make $200 or more. So it would be greater than or equal to. We want to make $200 or more, at least. Like if you go to the fair and they say you have to be at least 48 inches, that means you could be 48 inches or greater. So at least $200 profit. Now, whenever you're talking about profit, your profit is equal to your income minus your expenses. And maybe you already knew that, but if you didn't know that, profit is your income, that means how much money you're making, minus the expenses, how much money you had to spend, because we have to spend money most of the time to make money. So our income is how much the tickets cost people. So if people are going to come to our bowling, they're going to pay $10. Now, do we know how many people are coming? We do not. So that means we have to use our variable, $10 times the number of people coming. $10 times the number of people coming, because we don't know. That's what we're trying to find out, how many people. That's our income. We need to take away the expenses. So we're going to take away. Now our expenses, we have to pay out two things. Number one, shoe rental cost us $5 a pair. So we have to pay that $5 times however many pairs of shoes, people coming. And then we paid door prizes. So my question is, should the door prizes be times the number of people? Is every single person coming going to get a door prize? No, that's not the way door prizes work. They buy some door prizes and they usually do a raffle or a drawing. So we had to pay $5 for every pair of shoes for every person, and then just a $50 door prize. That's how much we paid. These were our expenses. And then this is how much money we will make. So here is your inequality. Leaving it like this is fine. But then we need to solve it. So here's your inequality, and we need to solve it. So you remember when I taught you what to do when you have a negative or a minus right in front of it, you can slip in a 1. So we need to distribute 10x minus 5x minus 50, because when you distribute that -1, it's going to make those negative. It's greater than or equal to 200. And I can combine. So 10x minus 5x is 5x, minus 50 is greater than or equal to 200. I'm going to have to go down a little bit. I need to add 50 to both sides. So 5x is greater than or equal to 250. And then my last step is I'm going to divide both sides by 5. And when you divide both sides by 5, I'm not dividing by negative. So x is greater than or equal to 50. So that means we need at least 50 people. 50 people need to come to our bowling event in order for us to make $200. If more than 50 people come, then we will make more than $200. If less than 50 people come, then we will make less than $200. Okay, so let me show you another example. All right, again, if you want to pause it and copy it down, you can. I'm going to go over the important information. Membership for a dance club costs $30 per year. Dances cost $8 for members and $10 for non-members. How many dances would you have to attend so that being a member is a better value? All right, so here is a very real-world problem. And maybe it's not a membership for dance. Maybe it's a gym to work out in, or maybe it's some sort of other athletic club that you're talking about. But when you have a discount for members and non-members, you have to kind of weigh in. Is it better to be a member, or is it just better to pay the non-member price? So first we need to define our variable. And for this one, how many dances? So x is going to be the number of dances. And then how do you decide if something is a better value? Well, the way you find out if it's a better value is, does it cost more or does it cost less? So we want to know when being a member would cost less, because that's what it's asking. When is being a member a better value? So we're going to have member on one side and non-member on another. And we want to know when the member is less than a non-member. So that's what it means by better value. When does the member cost less than a non-member? So we're going to use the less than symbol. To be a member, you have to pay $30 a year and then $8 for dances. So that would be plus 8x, because x is the number of dances. For non-members, you don't have to pay any kind of membership fee, but you have to pay $10 for the dances. So there is your inequality. And let me just make sure you understand I got that, because members have to pay $30 and then $8 per dance. Non-members just have to pay $10 per dance. And we want to know when being a member is a better value, so when it's going to cost less. Now, I have variables on both sides. So I'm going to move this variable over here. So I'm going to do minus 8x. And I get 30 is less than 2x. Divide by 2. Oops, sorry. Divide by 2, and I get 15 is less than x, or x is greater than 15. So the question says, how many dances would you have to attend? Now, can I attend 15? Does it say equal to 15? No, it does not. So we need to attend more than 15 dances in order to get our money's worth. We need to attend more than 15 dances in order for us to get our money's worth of being a dance member in the member club. All right, so one more set of examples. All right, write an inequality. These we are not solving. We are just writing an inequality. So copy these down. These are short, so I expect you to copy these down. All right, A, 6 times the difference of a number and 3 is more than 24. So the first thing I see is more than. Is more than. That one's very basic, straightforward. Is more than. So is more than looks like this. Something, something, something is more than 24. Now we have to decipher all this stuff. 6 times the difference. So 6 times the difference. So it's going to be 6 times the difference, meaning the difference has to be in our grouping symbols. It doesn't say 6 times a number or 6 times 3. It says 6 times the difference. So 6 times the difference. The difference of a number. So whenever you see difference of, then you know it's going to be something and something. That's going to be how you know what it is. The difference of a number and 3, and you just go in order. So that would be your answer. All it says is write an inequality, and this is enough. 6 times the difference is more than 24. All right, let's do B. 9 more than 4. Now, it doesn't say 9 is more than 4. It says 9 more than 4 times a number. So 9 more than 4 times a number is at least. Now, we already talked about earlier, at least means greater than or equal to 30 plus 11 times the number. So let's do it again. 9 more than. So 9 more than means something, something plus 9, 4x, 4 times the number. 9 more than 4 times the number is at least 30 plus 11 times the number. And your variable is going to be the same because it's talking about the same number. All right, now letter C. 3 times a number divided by 4 is no more than 5 plus twice the number. So is no more than. What does is no more than mean? If somebody's talking about is no more than, that means it can't be any more than this. For example, you can't, an A theoretically, you can make no more than 100. So it would be less than or equal to. No more than means you can't have any more than that. That's your top number. So 3 times a number divided by 4. 3 times a number divided by 4 is no more than 5 plus twice the number. Twice the number means 2x. So 3 times a number divided by 4 is no more than, so that means it's no higher than 5 plus 2x. So we're going to practice all of these inequalities soon. Bye. Have a good day.